Hi there, my name's Anil and this is my Porsche 968 and this is my Porsche story. When I bought the 968, it was totally standard and I think that's what I wanted to get. Pure car that hadn't been messed around with, hadn't been modified, and this was a genuinely clean car with full service history and totally standard. I actually had to have a look at my V5 registration just to remind myself how long I've had the car. And I've actually had the car for 20 years in August this year. And over that time, I've done little bits and pieces of bodywork to the car. And then it came to a point where, okay, I really want this car to shine. So I took a big decision and decided to have not back to bare metal, but to have a full body respray. You are going to get wear and tear on the car, and that's something that I had to play hard with. I wanted to keep the car pristine, but I wanted to use it every day because I enjoyed using it every day. I thought to myself, what's the point in getting such a nice car and it sitting in the garage? And a lot of these cars do just sit in the garage, come out every now and again. I've embarked on a way of renovating or keeping the car as the best I can. So interior wise, I've kept it the same, but I've had the leather renovated, I've had the carpets cleaned. I think at some stage I'll probably change the carpets just to freshen it up a little bit. The car was renovated around about 6 years ago. I had it Teflon coated, and also on the front end I've had it wrapped just to avoid those annoying stone chips that you do get. And now the car looks the way it is, and I'm really happy with it. I've gone a little bit crazy with the sound system, kept it sympathetic inside the car, but I have filled up the boot with an enormous subwoofer. You can't see it, but it's there and it keeps me happy. And every time I play my music, it puts a smile on my face. Driving in London, it can be a bit tedious on the clutch pedal. So I decided, okay, if I'm gonna find a 968, then I will go into the world of Tiptronic. And I can imagine a lot of you saying, well, a Tiptronic isn't really a proper Porsche. You have to have a manual to enjoy Porsche driving. And I'd say to them is actually try one. These Tiptronics back in the 90s, the Tiptronics are not the same as what you get on modern cars these days. So the Tiptronics that you get on modern cars these days are very protective. If you reach a certain rev level, it will change gear for you. And it will say, okay, I'm not going to let you over rev, I'm not going to allow you to do that. But whereas the Tiptronics with the 968, you are in total control. So when you change gear, it will do it, and it will keep you in that gear until you tell it to change. And even if you're going to over rev the engine, it will allow you to do that. So it's something that you learn how to do with the Tiptronic. But I've just had so much fun driving this car. You look at all modern cars now, you look at all the high performance cars and they're all paddle shift. And it's just the same as this, you can have just as much fun. So of course it came with 16-inch alloy wheels, which I've still got a little bit of boy racer in me, so I wanted to go for some bigger wheels. So I've put 18-inch rims on there, and I do like having that lip on it with a little bit of chrome showing. I've added a lower lip spoiler to the car, which the way that I see it is it's totally changed the front of the car, and it's given it a little bit more of an aggressive look, and it actually finishes off the bodywork at the front quite nicely because it was quite rounded and a little bit boring. And the other thing that I've done is actually change the rear exhaust box. Not only have I changed the rear exhaust box, but I've actually added a 3-inch tip to the back. Again, a little nod to my boy racer kind of instincts. And that's where Design 911 came in. trying to find aftermarket parts for your car can be quite challenging. And it's not only finding aftermarket parts, but it's finding good quality aftermarket parts. But it's actually RPM that actually found the exhaust that I needed in Design 911. And he said, okay, you want to have a slightly more aggressive note to your exhaust. I could have gone all out and changed the whole exhaust system, but they found this back box from Design 911, turned up, and it is really, really good quality, and you can see the way that it's been made. Owning a Porsche or owning any kind of classic car also comes down to your support network. You know, Design 911, going onto forums, having great WhatsApp groups, and building a relationship with the people who can support you is absolutely vital. You know, there's been a few times I thought, okay, now I'm in a position, I'll sell the Porsche, maybe I'll buy a Bentley, maybe I'll buy a Lamborghini. But I haven't done that, and I've stayed with my 968, reasonably priced car, and that's because of my support network. My wife, my kids, they know how passionate I am about Porsche and about the Porsche that I have as well. And don't know where my son gets it from, but he's done mechanical engineering and he works for McLaren. My son rings me up in the middle of nowhere, out of the middle of nowhere, and says, "Dad, there is a Cars and Coffee meet-up at McLaren, and they've asked anyone who has got a car with a backstory to bring it along." So my son had never driven the car by himself, and that's where I think you just got to put your trust in your kids and go, okay, if this is something that you really want to do, then do it. And I didn't realise it was a bit of a competition. So the CEO of McLaren came out and had a look at all of the cars, and on all of the cars everyone had to put their background story. So my son Jai took the car along, and it says here, what makes this car so special? And what he wrote is, some of my earliest memories as a kid were in the back seat of this car. My father used it as a daily driver when I was growing up, so it reminds me of my childhood. A few years ago, he was debating selling the car, but after I told him how special it was to me, he promised never to sell it. That kid in the back seat dreamed one day driving this car, and now it is reality, which puts a big smile on my face. And Jai actually won the competition at McLaren, chosen by the CEO of McLaren. And you know, it's just things like that that you can pass on to the future generations to show that cars like this in history are important, and it's important to show the rest of the world that this is how cars were. And you know, just driving this car, when I look out behind that steering wheel and I see the shape of the bonnets and see the shape of the wings over the side, there is nothing else like it at all. And that's what keeps my love of this car going. And I know that my son, when I pass this car on to him, he'll just cherish it just as much.